Defense Week starts September 12th. Governor McKeldin seeks your wholehearted cooperation.
The first goal of civil defense is to make you aware of the part that you must take in the protection of your home and of your family and of yourself in the event of an enemy attack. To increase your interest and enlist your aid, I am proclaiming a Civil Defense Week in Maryland, and I have chosen September the 12th, Maryland's own holiday, Defenders Day, as the beginning of that week. I am confident that Marylanders will respond to this call for civil defense volunteers as enthusiastically as did the state's patriots who repulsed a foreign invasion in 1814. You are needed now to make this program successful in your community. The Motion Picture Theater Owners of Maryland, cooperating with your Maryland Civil Defense Agency, have placed forms for your convenience in the lobby of this theater. Volunteer today by filling out a form. The theater manager will turn it over to your local civil defense director.
The biggest Air Force Army training maneuver since World War II, Exercise Southern Pine, is staged at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Heavy equipment is loaded, and paratroopers of the famous 82nd Airborne Division, under the command of Major General Thomas F. Hickey, are ready for the big push. Department of Defense and Newsreel cameras record the exercises, in which 110,000 men and 400 planes take part. Here comes the mass jump. 4,000 paratroopers hit the silk. The Airborne Army of the Future. Landing in the jump zone behind the aggressor lines, some of the troopers make a rough descent. During the country's largest heavy equipment drop, some materiel crashes when chutes fail to open. There were about 175 casualties. The aggressor forces are on the alert and go into fast action against the airborne attackers. The battle calls for plenty of realistic action. As a troop column moves up, aggressor jets strafe it, and men take to cover. Exercise Southern Pine is a combined success. In Buenos Aires, hundreds of thousands converge on Argentina's Independence Day Square to petition Juan Peron and his wife Evita to run for the presidency and vice presidency of Argentina. It's the biggest political rally in Latin American history. 2 million persons jam the broad Avenue 9th of July to make Juan Peron change his mind about running for re-election and his dynamic wife to consent to run on the same ticket. After an interval in which the crowds roared Peronista slogans, President Peron accepted, telling his backers, "We subject ourselves to the decision of the people." Then Evita tosses her hat in the ring. History's first Mr. and Mrs. Presidential team. The Queen Elizabeth reaches New York, and on board is Gromyko, Russia's deputy foreign minister. Head of the Soviet delegation to the Japanese Peace Conference at San Francisco, he reveals that Russia has her own treaty proposals, all of which points to monkey wrench tactics by a past master of those tactics. Added to India's refusal to attend the parley, Gromyko's words portend a further strain in East-West relations. A luxury airliner crashes on a rocky hillside east of San Francisco Bay, killing 50 people. The plane, a new DC-6B, was en route from Boston to San Francisco with a scheduled stop at Oakland. 20 miles from the airport, the plane crashed into the hillside and bounded over the crest with a roar, exploding and scattering bodies over the top and into a deep ravine. Not one of the crew of 6 or the passengers, including 8 children, remained alive. The $1 million craft was the latest type in airline service. The scene of the crash was so rugged, bodies were carried out by stretcher to a point where they could be transferred to horses and then to ambulances. FBI agents were immediately rushed to the wreckage to investigate any evidences of sabotage. At Palisades Park, Marilyn Rich hands pilot Al Furlong the first bundle of clothes for Korea. And then the daring young miss gives the new war relief drive a pulsating send-off. Max Hess of Allentown, Pennsylvania cooked up this idea of publicizing the Clothes for Korea campaign, and Marilyn Rich takes it from there, way up in the air over the biggest skyline in the world. She's a cool cutie, this Marilyn, calmly defying death in a daring salute to Miss Liberty. New thrills for old clothes. It's a fair exchange. Everybody's making tracks to the Memorial Coliseum, partner, for the rodeo, the Sheriff's Rodeo, none other, a big annual shindig out here in Los Angeles. And 98,000, that's a powerful lot of thousands, witnessed the colorful Wild West spectacle. After the grand parade comes the bronco riding, and this member of the Sheriff's posse hangs on grimly for quite a spell. A bucking bronco isn't always a one-way ride. This critter takes the easy way out, much to the amusement of the spectators. And out comes Brother Bramer, and down goes Cowboy. Old Bully Boy is still red hot and rampaging, but the clown's got him over a barrel. He can toss cowboys for a loop, but he's a pushover for a comedian. He found his match and struck out. Williamsport, Pennsylvania plays host to the World Series of Little League Baseball. It's Texas versus Connecticut. And here come the Little Yanks getting a big cheer from their supporters. Little League, but how it's grown. From 3 teams to over 3,300 in 12 years. It's got all the glamour and excitement of the big time. Pitchers Andy Weasel of Connecticut and Lester Kitchen of Texas are set. And now for the highlights of the 6-inning game devised for 12-year-olds and under with their own junior-sized diamond. The thrills come king-sized as Andy Weasel retires the side for a shutout over Texas. Now it's Connecticut's turn, leading 1-0 with pitcher Andy up. Already a hero, Andy lays into one and lofts it over the fence for a home run. That's what you call sewing up your own ball game. A little Yank from Connecticut connects for the circuit, and no big league Yank ever got a more enthusiastic reception from his teammates. Yes, sir, Andy Weasel is a hero on and off the playing field. Little league, but big thrills.
My name is Ronald Reagan. Last year, the contributions of 16 million Americans to the Crusade for Freedom made possible the World Freedom Bell, symbol of hope and freedom to the communist-dominated peoples of Eastern Europe, and built this powerful 135,000-watt Radio Free Europe transmitter in Western Germany. This station daily pierces the Iron Curtain with the truth, answering the lies of the Kremlin and bringing a message of hope to millions trapped behind the Iron Curtain. Grateful letters from listeners smuggled past the secret police express thanks to Radio Free Europe for identifying communist quislings and informers by name. General Lucius D. Clay now asks all Americans to join with him in a second great crusade for freedom, to build 2 more powerful freedom stations that will send more messages of truth and hope through the Iron Curtain, and to establish Radio Free Asia to stop the spread of communism in the Far East. The Crusade for Freedom is your chance and mine to fight communism. Join now by sending your contributions to General Clay, Crusade for Freedom, Empire State Building, New York City. Or join in your local community.